It's now time for What's Up Asheville, sponsored by the City of Asheville, with the host, Mr. Sam Parada, and here he is.
Good afternoon, Asheville. Welcome to What's Up Asheville at WRES Radio 100.7 FM, a radio show discussing projects and initiatives at the City of Asheville. I'm Sam Parada, your host, and with me today we have two guests from the Public Works Department. Alex Miller, Waste Reduction Program Manager.
Hi.
And Sophia Bonilla, Special Projects Coordinator.
Hello.
How are you guys today?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing great, now that I have you here. So let's start with Alex first. She's newer to the city. I think you said you've been working here for 2 months now?
Yes, almost 2 months exactly now.
Nice. And so what exactly do you do as a waste reduction project manager? It's a mouthful.
Yes, it's a mouthful, and it's a big job too. It's kind of all-encompassing of reducing solid waste and helping residents within the city and the city itself as the government reduce our solid waste through recycling, composting, and overall prevention.
Okay. So how does this relate to the Department of Sustainability?
So we partner a lot with sustainability. So from my understanding, sustainability is basically a 2 or 3 person department.
It's
and
tiny.
So yeah, they partner a lot with the climate folks, sanitation folks, which is me, energy folks. So they're very broad, and then so mine is more specific with solid waste.
That's cool. And what brings you to Asheville? Because I know that you are not from here.
No, I've lived here 2 months as well. So the job actually brought me here.
And what did you do before that?
I did kind of the same thing, but for the state of South Carolina, and that was very broad, covering all the local governments of South Carolina, and I really wanted to narrow my focus and have an impact on where I live.
I love that. So yes, Asheville is a smaller city.
Yes.
So you get to actually see the impact that you're making. And how about you, Sophia? What do you do as the Special Projects Coordinator?
So my position is a bit more all-encompassing. I'm technically in the admin division of Public Works. We have 6 divisions, 3 that are operational to the public. We have street maintenance, so think curbs, sidewalks, anything that's really not maintained by NCDOT. Stormwater, so helping clear flooding. Kind of help them with some projects, and then sanitation, obviously. And then we have 2 internal divisions. Our fleet department, or fleet division, they maintain vehicles for the whole city, including our heavy equipment, and then asset management, so they do like GIS mapping and things like that. So I kind of do. Yeah.
So any car with the logo that you see driving throughout the city is most likely from the fleets division.
Yes, they are responsible for like purchasing, maintaining those vehicles, everything from regular oil changes to big repairs. So I just kind of partner with all of them to help them with whatever projects they need, help update our website, things like that.
Cool. And so I love that you mentioned that, because a lot of the times people aren't sure how the city works in general. We are made up of a lot of departments, and sometimes, like with Public Works, the departments are so big that they must be divided into these smaller sections. So how often do you work within each division with each other?
Pretty often. It's really great to get to understand and what each division really does. So sometimes I update stormwater project pages. I help out with interviews since we do those panel interviews. And I've had the privilege of going out with some ride-alongs with some of our folks.
I really wanted to ask you that. You told me a great story, but I would love for you to tell it to me again. So your job is to be behind a desk a lot of the times, but how often do you get to go out on the field?
Not as much anymore as when I first started, but definitely they said I'm welcome to come, but it's I do get to go out with some projects and get media, get some photos to post to our website, things like that. And just last month, our city arborist, Mark Foster, invited me to just come to a training with them as they kind of scale a tree.
Yeah.
And it was so much fun. I got to slip in the harness, and you get the bootstraps on and you climb up a rope kind of using all this equipment, and they helped me out, and they were just like, hey, like come see what we do. And it's a good workout. I was very sore the next day.
Oh yeah.
But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, totally. Now, Alex, so tell me about the leaf collection. I know this is kind of a hot topic.
Yeah, so this is, again, sort of a partnership with sustainability. They're looking at single-use plastics. So as phase one of that, City Council approved banning plastic bags for leaf and brush collection. And that was approved this January and goes into effect August 1st. Mm-hmm. So beginning August 1st, you cannot put your leaves and brush in plastic bags. You'll have to use another approved container.
Okay. And I guess we'll get more information as time comes.
So we've actually started to help ease residents into this transition. Sanitation bought a bunch of paper bags, leaf yard waste paper bags, and those are available right now for residents to pick up. We ask residents take 1 pack per household, and those are available at the Burton Community Center, Grant, Shiloh, Tempe Avery Montford, and Stevens Lee for the spring. And then as August comes around and actual leaf season, we'll definitely have a bigger push and also more bags to distribute.
Sounds good. Yeah, I feel like it's a little too far away to be forcing this.
Slow transition.
Yeah. What else? Tell me more about, I guess that's on the trash pickup side?
Yeah, so that's on the brush collection. So the sanitation operates different collections. So we have trash pickup, brush collection, bulky item collection, and then we contract out our recycling collection.
Okay. So tell me more about this bulk collection. Like, how do I, as a citizen, ask to get a bulk picked up from my house?
So I'm almost positive this is the correct answer. I'm still learning everything, but if you just put your bulky items out, our guys go through their routes. And then, so the trash route, it's a set route, and then they'll see like a couch on the curb and they'll radio, hey, there's bulk items to be picked up. And the bulky item collection, they just follow the same routes as the trash guys each week.
Sounds good to me. How about recycle rights? You said that as a preparation for recyclables. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so recycling, recycling right. In recycling, we have contamination, and we define that as 2 ways. So putting items that are recyclable in your bin, but prepared incorrectly. So say you put like a can, like a food can, but there's still food in it. That we would consider that contamination. Or putting items you think are recyclable in your bin that aren't actually recyclable. So that could be like plastic bags.
Plastic bags, that's
in
a
your
big one.
curbside bin. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I learned that, I think from Kira from Sustainability actually. Don't put it's counterintuitive if you think about it. You want to recycle the plastic, but can't do that. So that's really good. And I think we can find all this information on our website.
Yes.
Yes. AshevilleNC.gov. So it's really cool that you are the one in charge of that, because it always seemed a little confusing to me. We have a department for sustainability, but who's actually picking up all this stuff?
Yeah, so it's sanitation. I also want to plug the AVLCollects app, very handy tool. So you can download that at the App Store or go online to AshevilleNC.gov/AVLCollects. And you can get your collection reminders, schedule alerts if we're having delays. And there's also a handy tool called the Waste Wizard. So if there's an item that you're not sure what to do with, like a helium tank, you just enter it in and it'll give you the best options.
Okay.
How to deal with that.
Cool. So trash trucks or recycling trucks and all that stuff, have you both ridden in them yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
fun. Do you get to pull the levers or something?
No.
Did they work?
No. You have to be trained on that. But
Oh,
there's
you
the
have to.
trash trucks. There's the automated ones where the guy sits on the right-hand side and it has the claw and it grabs the bin and puts the bin into the back. There's also the there's also backloaders, so they just throw it into the back. It
Right, it like
condenses.
compresses
Yep.
it. That's
It's
cool.
very cool. If you ever see it out there trying to compress a mattress, it's very cool.
I have not, but I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah. There's also the knuckle boom, which is for brush, so it's like a big claw machine.
Oh, that picks up stuff from the side of the road.
Yeah.
Cool. So, are there any more trucks like that in Public Works right now? Oh, how about the snow trucks? Is it for wintertime?
Yes, so that falls under our streets department. So when we go and salt the roads, we will attach spreaders under like our dump trucks and pickup trucks, and they spread salt everywhere. And then on top of that, they also have a plow in the front. So we actually do an event every October called the Snow Rodeo, where all the guys in Public Works have to show up in the lot, and we have to basically go through all of the spreaders and plows and make sure that they're all hooked up correctly, that they're working, and any maintenance that needs to be done gets done before winter starts. So,
Cool. Okay, so we're ready.
We are
ahead of
ready.
time. Yeah, I remember with the past couple of times the weather got really cold, the icy road warnings came out, and I kept receiving photos of your Public Works guys out in the streets, you know, salting the roads, making sure that it's safe for transportation. And, you know, the weather can change in an instant. Really hard to predict. And I'm really happy with a bunch of emails I get ahead of time saying, hey, we're ready. If something happens, we'll be out in the field. So, you know, hats off to you guys. So can the public come see these trucks? I know there's been some events when they're out, but is there like, if I show up and say, hey, can they see are you using a truck right now? Can they see it?
from what I understand, they cannot because the lot, you know, where our e-building is, that is very dangerous. There's a ton of equipment everywhere. So the public, that is closed to the public. But there is an event called Truck City, I think being organized by Calvin Owens in Parks and Rec. And it's April 15th, a Saturday from 10 to 2, and it'll be in the Asheville Outlets parking lot. And so all of the equipment across the city and from different organizations that they're working with will have equipment out there for families, and, you know, the kids love it, so they can go out and see up close, you know, the trash trucks and the backhoes and things like that.
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna go myself.
They're a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun. I got to play in a backhoe. They let me sit in one when we had our National Public Works Week, and it was a lot of fun.
So I want to ask you real quick, Alex. I forgot the food scrap drop-offs. It's something that we have talked about before in this show, but do you have an update or any new things happening?
Yes, we're opening. I can't remember what you discussed with Kira the last time she was here, how many drop-offs we had, but we have a couple, and we are opening a couple more because we partner with the county, so they'll be a little bit further out, and I know there's going to be at least one in East Asheville, which is an area that we hadn't covered before.
Yeah, so we can expect a new list of drop-off locations. And can you give me a quick rundown of what can be dropped off?
Yeah, so first you go and register, and then you'll get the code and some instructions, basically about what you can do, what you shouldn't do. It's basically all food scraps. Can go. There's a list on each shed about what can and can't go in. I don't remember off the top of my head. But we do ask that you don't put any plastic bags in there, because obviously that is not compostable unless it is a compostable bag.
Okay.
They do make those. One thing that is new, up at the Stevens Lee drop-off site, there we have the shed, and then there's a bin right next to the shed. and you can put your pizza boxes in there. That is strictly for pizza boxes. Get the word out. It's only for pizza boxes.
Do you need to clean the pizza box of pizza first?
Yes, clean it. Make sure it's empty of food, but some grease is fine as well, but just pizza boxes.
Yeah, I never know, like, if I'm eating Chipotle or something. Like, you know, those, like, aluminum tops or whatever that comes with food. I just don't know if I should just wipe it off completely and make it super clean before I put it into my recycling, or...
If you can make it as clean as you can, that's the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll try my hardest just for you. So I think we've gone over a lot of stuff, but do you have any fun stories or cool things that you have done with Public Works since you started? I know you've only been here for 2 months, but...
I went to my first community meeting last night, and that was great, meeting some of the community leaders and just residents. I was sharing about the leaf bag collection, but there was also questions about litter and trash pickup and things like that. So it was just nice to meet some of the residents.
Yeah, and that's something that, you know, working for the city, some positions never really see, but, you know, every now and then you're gonna get pulled into, hey, come talk to this community, or, you know, say an announcement or something that matters for them, and really seeing that, you know, the people you're working for, because we don't work for, you know, just the city manager, we work for the public. It's a very interesting approach, and I love when that happens.
Yeah, and I'm planning to go to almost all of the community meetings this spring to, again, get that word out about the leaf bags. Yeah.
I mean, it's a big event. So, how about you, Sophia?
Well, just recently, Public Works and I believe Parking Services worked with HR to do a job fair up at Stevens Lee.
Yes.
So that was really great to help organize that and, you know, hire some people from Public Works, for Public Works, hopefully. But also just interacting with the community. That's that was a really fun project, and just seeing everyone come in and get to interact. And probably my favorite thing about Public Works is whenever I do go on ride-alongs and you see residents out and about, and they do look at you a little differently. They're like, what are you doing here? And so it's really nice to interact with the community.
Yeah, I get that. I've heard that, not just from you. It's just speaking to the public, you know, at first it can be a little scary because you have this little monster in the back of your head saying, oh, they're going to yell at you, or they're going to complain about something. And, you know, that's fine because we should be held accountable to the jobs we do. But what the reality is that a lot of the times people are going to be interested in what you do, and especially interested in learning that perhaps the vision they had on, you know, us is not the reality. Because we do want to work with you, and just talking with you and asking you about the things that you need, or just saying, hey, what's working out for you, or just, you know, here comes the project coordinator riding in a trash truck or something. It's not what you expect to see. So I wanted to ask you as well, Sophia specifically, as a project coordinator, you know, what projects are you working on right now?
So currently I'm doing some internal things, trying to develop a interview question bank. You know, kind of.
So you're working with HR on that one?
Yes, HR business partner Maura Foley. I was kind of working on it, and then you know, the job fair and other things have come up, but I'm excited to get back into that, as well as just kind of maintaining our websites. And currently I would say like the next big event that we'll have is an internal one, but it's a National Public Works Appreciation Week.
And that's coming up.
That's in May.
That's right.
So it's a really great time to just kind of show some love and appreciation for all the hard work that our Public Works Department does, because they're out there,
Yep.
you know, any weather conditions, any time of the year, holidays, and if they're needed, they're there. So
Yeah, I appreciate that. So that means that you've been with the city for like a year now, almost.
I hit a year April 18th, so next month.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember you came in during. I remember seeing you the first time during that Public Works Week appreciation. That's very cool. So, how outside of internal things, are there any projects happening?
For sure.
Public facing.
For sure. So I know 2 stormwater projects being overseen by our stormwater division manager, Amy Deaton, and then Valerie Wellborn, assistant project manager. First one is in the Shiloh community, trying to repair some pipes that are starting to get corroded underneath the ball field.
Yeah.
And so they're using this really innovative technology where a machine is going to go down those pipes and recast them with like a spinning plastic material so they can use them as a mold. And so when the metal pipes eventually kind of get corroded and leave, new pipes will already be under there, so they don't have to tear up the whole field.
So it's like a cast around the existing pipes, so we don't have to dig in and replace it all. Cool. And this is the first time we're doing something like this with this new technology.
I believe so.
I think so
It's in
too.
the city.
That's cool.
Yes, and then the next one is another stormwater project that's huge, Carteran Patton and South Ann Street. And it's taking place right on those streets. But basically, it's a whole new stormwater system. And they started construction, and I believe construction should reach Patton Avenue, I was told, by the end of May. So
Cool.
yeah, so right now I don't think it's as visible because, you know, those side streets don't have as much traffic. But once
Yeah.
they get up there, they'll people will know that it's happening if they don't already.
Yeah, well, you know, with all kinds of work, a little bit of leeway has to be done. It might be in the way for a little bit, but we're working hard and we're working as fast as we can.
Yes, and the positive is there will always be 2 lanes of traffic flow going
Great.
on. So it's not like you're going to have one side shut down or anything. There's always going to be going and leaving in that corridor.
Fantastic.
So
All right. Well, it's a lot going on with Public Works. Thank you for telling us all of that. I just wanted to ask you, you know, I know we talked that you are mostly, you know, in the office, but you also go out in the field. I just want to ask, you know, what does a day-to-day or week-by-week look to you, both just coming to work and, you know, how does it look like?
So it varies a lot for me. I've started getting into presentations and going places and doing that. So I do a lot of computer work. I'll be in and out of the office. We just did the bag distribution, so it varies a lot.
It varies a lot.
Yes.
Would you say that you spend most of your time in the office making those presentations or coming up with ideas for how to?
Yeah, a lot of time on the computer, data, creating things, presentations.
Fun.
Yeah, messaging my supervisor.
So I guess it's all worth it then when you get to present that stuff?
Yeah, and I like the process of creating the presentations and everything like that. So I get to use like both sides of my brain.
Love it.
Every day, which is great.
I like how you describe that. Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, you know, being stuck in the office all day, it can drive you mad. So being able to go out there and show what you've done, I bet it's super rewarding. How about you, Sophia?
It's pretty similar to Alex. Really varied. It is mainly a lot of computer work, so just doing the everyday things, you know, like I do like a vacancy report and like, you know, update our org chart every month. So there's things like that. And then sometimes I get to do really fun things where I think just around Christmas time I went down to our e-building in our storage closet down there and like, you know, look through all of the uniforms that we had and try to organize them. And like that sounds not glamorous, but it was honestly a lot of fun going down there and just, you know, being able to like physically do something.
And seeing what you have in stock and seeing what you need.
Yeah, and just kind of being like, okay, this is what we have to order, this is what we already have, and just trying to be mindful of that.
Yeah, yeah. So we don't spend, money on things that we don't need because
Exactly.
the city needs it.
We do.
So, as a final topic, I wanted to ask about, the safety of these trucks, because you both mentioned that you have been able to drive in them, but you are not able to crush something in the water, in the trash trucks. So what is the process for training and just being safe overall with all this equipment? Do you have the insights of that?
So for most of our equipment, all of our large equipment other than a standard pickup truck, you do need a commercial driver's license. And depending on the endorsements and or restrictions that you have, that will kind of limit what you can drive. So for example, our SID trucks in Stormwater that go through and collect the water in like storm drains and culverts, you need a tanker endorsement to drive those because they hold so many gallons of liquid. So that's kind of the safety procedure. If you have a CDL and you're hired, you'll just train with a fellow employee who can teach you how to do it, but you do need that CDL.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, do you offer training for all of this equipment? And you just answered my question.
Yes, Brent Farlow in the risk management department helps with some training as well. So that's awesome. If we hire someone, they have 90 days to 6 months, I believe, to get their CDL. So,
Okay. Cool. Oh, that was my follow-up. For example, then, if you get hired to work the trash pickup trucks, but then is there cross training so you could also learn how to use the stormwater trucks? Do you know by any chance?
I know there's cross training between the trucks within sanitation.
Okay.
I don't think between the departments.
The divisions.
Though.
Yeah.
Unless you're hired within another, like you get a new job in a different department, and then I guess you would be cross-trained.
You would.
All right. Well, thank you so much to the both of you for coming in and, giving us all this new information about Public Works. Again, Alex Miller and Sophia Bonilla from Public Works and the Sanitation division. Sorry, I keep saying department. It's division. Thank you so much for coming today. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
And sadly, that's all the time we have for today on What's Up Asheville. Thank you so much for listening, and please don't forget to participate in the different projects that we have at the city. You can follow us on public input if you go to ashevilleandc.gov and click the engagement button. You will get directed to a page where we have a lot of projects listed where you can engage, you can answer surveys, you can, give us your opinion on the work that we're doing. Please hold us accountable because that's how we become better. And please check in sometime soon for a follow-up episode, and I'll see you next time right here on WRES 100.7 FM. Take care of one another, Asheville.
You've been listening to What's Up Asheville, sponsored by the City of Asheville in collaboration with WRS 100.7 FM. This program will re-air every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 12:30. Thank you for listening.